This is Bob Mason from FX Empire, and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Ripple's XRP. Looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, and the day's support, resistance, and pivot levels. It is Monday, the 8th of January. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar, looking at the hourly candlesticks, bearish start to the day here. Going to need to see Bitcoin move back through the pivot at 38,865 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 39,698. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break back through to 39,000 levels. So barring an extended crypto rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 40,000 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, could see Bitcoin test its swing high of 41,969 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 40,559. Headed to move back through the pivot would bring the first major support level at 38,004 back into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should stay clear of the second major support level, sitting at 37,171. Looking at the MACDs, we got a narrowing of the bullish histograms this morning, supporting the morning pullback. So need to keep an eye on that. Could see a possible bearish cross there. On the EMA, the 50 has narrowed on the 100 and the 200, also a bearish signal. So key through the early part of the day would be to move back through the pivot at 38,865 and back through to 39,000 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels are in play. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar, it's also a bearish morning. Going to need to Ethereum move back through the pivot at 1601 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 1709. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ethereum to break back through to 1700 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance 1750 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, could see Ethereum target 1900 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 1803. Ethereum would need strong support from the broader market to break out from its swing high 1763.93 struck on the 5th of February. Failure to move back through the pivot would bring the first major support level at 1507 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should still well clear of the second major support level, sitting at 1399. Looking at the MACD, we've got a narrowing of the bullish histograms supporting this early morning pullback. On the EMA, we've got the 50 narrowing in on the 100 and the 200, also signaling a bearish morning. So key through the early part of the day would be to move back through the pivot at 1601 to then target 1700 levels. Failure to do that and support levels are in play. Moving across to Litecoin against US dollar, also bearish. Going to see Litecoin move back through the pivot at 151.26 to take a run at the first major resistance level, saying at 157.18. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Litecoin to break back through to 157 levels, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 157.49 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, you could see Litecoin test resistance at 165 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 163.42. Failure to move back through the pivot would bring the 23.6% fib at 148 back into play and the first major support level at 145.02 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should still well clear of sub 140s. Second major support level sits at 139.1. Looking at the MACDs, we've got a narrowing of the bullish histograms and a possible bearish cross there. So that's signaling a bearish morning. Keep an eye on that. On the EMAs, the 50 has narrowed on the 100 and the 200, also a bearish signal. So key through the early part of the day, move back through the pivot at 151.26 and back through to 155 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels are in play. Moving across to Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, it's also a bearish start to the morning. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP move through the pivot at 0.4211 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 0.45. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break out from 0.44 levels, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 0.45144 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, you could see Ripple's XRP target 0.5 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 0.4804. Failure to move through the pivot would bring the 38.2% fib at 0.4070 and the first major support level at 0.3908 into play. Buying an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid sub 0.39s. Second major support level sits at 0.3619. Looking at the MACD, we got a slight narrowing of the bearish histogram, so we could see a possible bullish cross. Keep an eye on that. On the EMAs, the 50 has narrowed on the 100 and the 200. However, that's a bearish signal. To key through the early part of the day, move back through the pivot point 0.4211 and back through to 0.44 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and support levels are in play.